Alright, what's up you guys? Welcome to another Shark News Extra episode where I talk about all things 80s and 90s in the form of nostalgia and modern era comebacks. As today we're going to be taking a look at the official roster for the upcoming Street Fighter movie, which is set to be released in October of 2026. So recently the team over at Street Fighter, the people that are behind the production of the Street Fighter movie, have officially announced the entire roster for the movie that's going to be coming out. And here, based on the select screen, I will give them credit that they technically know how to do marketing pretty well, in the sense of giving us that traditional Street Fighter map that we all know and love, and then with a selection of characters at the bottom. Now, keep in mind, there are going to be some characters whom I'm not too familiar with because my love for Street Fighter kind of faded at some point, but there are some characters that I'm not too familiar with. But there are some iconic names on here that are pretty, representable for the original Street Fighter video games, part of the classics lineup. But we can just see here that we have a couple of names on here that are going to be a bit new to me, but if you know who they are and want to explain it to me in the comments below, that'd be really awesome. But for now, let's take a look at each individual character and see the good or the bad in terms of, have the people that are in charge of the Street Fighter movie, have they casted very well actors, or do you think this will be a, I don't know, smoke and mirrors type of thing, just because the roster is full of a mixed bag of famous celebrities, musicians, and just various people of different backgrounds, which aesthetically so fits right in the aesthetic of Street Fighter. But will it do justice? I don't know. Let's find out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the upcoming Street Fighter movie cast. And again, we haven't seen a Street Fighter movie since 1994, which at the time of making this video, I know there was a Chun-Li spin-off, but an actual Street Fighter movie, yeah, I think it's been since 1994. But let's go ahead and check out a lot of these characters, or all of them, and see how great they really look. Alright, so here we have an updated look at what was once the cartoon or the video game roster, now by the official actors, and it has the player select, and of course, again, the map and stuff. So again, the marketing is really good. They did a pretty good job with this one, and I love the color schemes of the blues, the map, and it just gives you like that video game vibe. So it's something that Mortal Kombat kind of deviated away from, but let's see if Street Fighter can really capture that nostalgia and magic of the video games. So up first we have Cody Rhodes as Guile. Now, based on my feedback, in the sense of, as someone who watches wrestling, alright, so Guile himself, whether you watched the cartoon or played the video games or watched the old 94 movie, I know Cody Rhodes has muscles. I know he has like that whole American vibe to him. But when I look at Guile, it's kind of like, I don't see Cody Rhodes as Guile. Cody Rhodes kind of has like more of a nicer tone to him as a character, rather than Guile being like this very macho, stern, strict type of character who's like super, who believes in the rights of what he does. And Cody Rhodes just feels like, I guess, too much of a happier person, in my opinion. I don't know how to really explain this one, but is Cody Rhodes a great addition to the lineup? I personally don't think so, but will he do justice as Guile? I don't know either. So this one I'm kind of having a little bit of mixed feelings, but will Cody Rhodes, can he live up to the name Guile? I don't know. And of course, we have seen teasers of this particular character with his hair up in the air, which is not too big, but there's like a silhouette of it, which I won't spoil. But once we get to official trailers and teaser images, then I think that would be great. But for now, we'll keep that a bit of a mystery, at least on this channel. But Cody Rhodes as a Guile, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this one. Next, we have a girl named Kalina Liang as Chun-Li. Now, this one I have no objection because I have no idea who she is or where she even appeared from in any other movies. Therefore, at least she fits the aesthetic of it as long as they give her the classic costumes of the blues and the two ponytails or like the two buns, and just give her that classic Chun-Li style. I think she can pretty much pull it off. I mean, she looks the part too, so hopefully this would be a great one. So otherwise, no objections here. This one's nice and from China, so that's cool. Next, we have Andrew Koji as Ryu. Now, for those who have not seen the G.I. Joe Snake Eyes Origins movie, that's where I've first seen Andrew Koji play as Storm Shadow. Therefore, with him being Ryu, I think this might work. Now, in the video games, I don't necessarily see Ryu as a super Japanese-esque type character, but with Andrew Koji looking more Asian inspired, I mean, it's cool, and I know Andrew Koji can fight, but Ryu is supposed to be more of a bulkier, muscular guy in my opinion, like even if he does martial arts. But Andrew Koji kind of has a slimmer physique, kind of reminds me of the Ryu who played the guy who played Ryu in the first Street Fighter movie, and more of a slimmer body. Anybody can, I guess, somewhat look the part, but can they fight and have like good musculature to their aesthetic? I mean, we'll see. And as long as he wears the white gi with the red headband, hopefully I'm proven wrong in the sense of he looks better and more Ryu-esque, but I guess we'll have to see. And seeing he's from Japan, pretty awesome. But I'm going to give this one a bit more optimistic hope that this one will do pretty well. Next, we have Noah Centineo as Ken. I have no clue who this guy even is. Therefore, we can see he has like the blonde streaks, so I don't know. This one is a little bit up in the air from USA, so I've never seen this guy, have no idea what he can offer in terms of acting or credentials. Again, same with Ryu, as long as he can hopefully look the part. I mean, I've seen a couple of teasers in the sense of he's been building muscle, so that's really cool. Now, will he be able to fight and do the martial arts stuff? I guess we'll just have to wait and see. So the hair, I'll give it a pass just because at least he's growing out his hair to kind of give it like that Ryu blonde locks, but otherwise it's fine. Yeah, so we'll see how this one goes. This one's fine. I mean, not too much of a big deal, I guess. Next, we have Roman Reigns as Akuma. Now this, again, we're bringing back another WWE superstar into the mix of Street Fighter, and Roman Reigns can, he's a good wrestler and all, and, I guess he kind of looks the part of Akuma in the sense of he has like that rigorous, mean facial expression, and I'm solely basing it off that. Now, I know Roman Reigns has no martial arts credibility whatsoever, therefore, I know he kind of has the physique for it, but not as big as Street Fighter characters are, drawn to be. But will Roman Reigns do a great job as Akuma? I mean, I think he'll be fine, but not as intimidating as the Akuma that we see in the video games or probably in the movies or cartoons as well. So I think he'll be fine. He does have the ponytail. He probably should color his hair orange and stuff, but as long as if they can do the makeup and stuff well, then maybe he can look a bit more badass. And Roman Reigns isn't like, I don't personally believe he's like one of the greatest actors by any means, but will he do fine? I guess we're just gonna have to find out. And seeing how he's from Japan, good enough, but I'm still 50-50 on this one. Next, we have a guy named Video Jamwal as Dhalsim. Now, again, like some of the other ones, I have no clue who this guy is, never seen him before, so seeing how he has luscious locks of hair, I'm sure they're going to give him like a bald cap and then give him the skull necklace and stuff. Now, probably for CGI effects, they're going to give him the stretchy arms and legs, which should be cool. As long as they don't strip him away too far from the original Dhalsim aesthetic, I don't want him to look anywhere different from him. I need to see like a bald, skinny guy with like the bangles and like the skull chain and all that stuff with the earrings, the hoop earrings and stuff with the paint. I want to see that Dhalsim on the big screen. We kind of saw it in the 1994 film, but for this one, this guy, I guess he might look fine. I can't tell from this photo, but seeing how he's from India and stuff, let's just hope it's not like a stereotype of Dhalsim, but otherwise it should be a good one nonetheless. So this one will be a slight optimistic positive note because we got to see how he really looks. Then I'll give my final verdict on him. Then we have another Hollywood A-lister somewhat. We have Jason Momoa as Blanka. This one is a very interesting one because Blanka is a beast in the Street Fighter video games with all those electric powers and stuff, seeing how he's from Brazil. Now, Jason Momoa has a beefy body, very much musculature everywhere, and he does have like that rigorous facial expression with the long hair and the beard and stuff. Now, will he shave? I don't know, but the big emphasis I do want to put into this character is that should they do a great job in terms of coloring his body yellowish, neon green, or green for that matter. I don't want to see just a regular Jason Momoa, character with with shorts on with like orange hair. I need to see like a full teeth prosthetics and like eye makeup and just a green makeup, and kind of like how Beast is from X-Men, but just green. So I hope they don't skimp out on this character. Blanka is technically, he's tall to an extent, but not as probably tall as Jason Momoa because he's always hunched over. So we'll see how that one works out, but I don't know. So this one is going to be a very bit cautious in my opinion, but we'll see how this one turns out. Otherwise, I guess it's cool, but I don't know. Next we have, I believe he's a singer named Orville Peck as Vega. Now, I believe they chose him just because his musical presence, he does wear a mask on stage, therefore I guess they want to fit that Vega aesthetic. Now, he looks nothing like Vega. Vega is supposed to be this extremely pretty boy, and I don't know if he has long hair. I think he has long hair, I don't know, but from some of the images I've seen, I haven't seen long hair yet, or unless he already has, but whatever. Either way, Vega is, I don't know how this one's going to turn out. Vega is a very lean character, jumps all around and stuff, so can this Orville guy do justice to Spain? I don't know. So I'm kind of worried about this one. So not really a fan of it, but I guess we'll see. So I don't know, we'll find out sooner or later. Next we have a guy named Olivier Richards from Russia as Zangief. Now, this guy looks pretty intimidating because if you've seen the behind-the-scenes photo shoots of this guy, he looks pretty beefy, he's muscular, he's tall, he looks intense. Therefore, I think this one is pretty spot on to Zangief. Plus even that facial hair and the hairstyle. This one might do a pretty good job. So I think I'll let this one be a good casting for this one. So I'm happy about that. So yeah, no objections here. Next, we have from USA 50 Cent as Balrog, and here's my take on this. Now, 50 Cent is cool. I'm not the biggest fan of 50 Cent by any means, but he's cool. Will he look the part as Balrog? I don't know, or Balrog. It's just one of those things where hiring another celebrity or musician to kind of fill in the gaps. Sure, 50 Cent has more of a stubbier look, or with with muscles and stuff. His body's a bit more bigger, like big boned, I suppose. So that fits the aesthetic of Balrog really well. It's just I wanted to see like an actual supposed boxer to kind of fit in the role, because I think 50 Cent, I'm sure he can train to do boxing, which shouldn't be too hard. But I think Balrog is supposed to be like a fierce fighter, so I want to see 50 Cent pull off those jabs when he's with the boxing gloves, and hopefully they give him that outfit. I have a feeling for this character they're not going to do justice in the sense of giving him the proper attire, but I guess we'll see how this one will turn out. So I don't know how I feel about it just yet. Next we have, I believe he's a wrestler named Hiroki Goto as E Honda from Japan. Now, I've seen a couple of images. I think he's okay. E Honda is more like, has more meat on his body. This guy seems a bit somewhat in the same concept, but not as big as E Honda. Honestly, I think a regular sumo wrestler should have just done the trick. But I guess I'll give the benefit of the doubt for this guy. I guess he kind of looks the part. He's just not as big as E Honda as I would have preferred. So we'll see how this one turns out in the future. So I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. Otherwise, I guess it's okay. Next, we have Mel Jarnson as Cammy. This one looks fine. I don't really know who she is, therefore I'll let this one slide. But seeing how she's from the UK, I guess the blonde hairstyles and the ponytails looks fine. Yeah, I mean, she kind of fits the part, so I'll let this one speak for itself. I think that's cool, so no problems there. Next, we have David Dastamalchian, I don't know how to pronounce his name, as M. Bison. Now, I think I've seen this guy in the Batman movies as Scarecrow, so I think he did a pretty decent job as that, but as M. Bison, he's way too slim, too skinny to be M. Bison. M. Bison's this very big, muscular, beefy dude, and this guy, he kind of looks like M. Bison, kind of like the guy who played from the 1994 film, Raul Julia, but I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see on this one. I mean, seeing how he's part of the Shadowloo Empire, he, like I said, he looks the part. Maybe they'll give him the proper costume, but does he have the physique of M. Bison? I don't know. I don't think so, but we'll see in the future. So I don't know. I'm a little bit iffy on this one. Next, we have Raina Valdingham as Julie. Now, I don't really know who Julie is. I haven't got that far in the games because I kind of fell off of Street Fighter at that point. But seeing how she's from Germany and Raina's an Indian, somewhat, I think so. And I've seen her on the Cobra Kai series. Therefore, I know she can kick ass. So I think she's a fantastic fighter. But again, because I don't really know the character Julia, which is unfortunate, I think she'll do a fantastic job anyway. So this is a very welcoming addition into the Street Fighter line. I've seen her fight on Cobra Kai series, therefore she's pretty badass. So this one's a great addition into the lineup. So no harm there, seeing how she's from Germany, even though she's an Indian. But I'm sure this will work. Next, we have Eric Andre as Don Savage. To be honest, I don't really know too much about this character, so I guess he's fine. I mean, he's got like that facial hair with the afro, so I think he could do well. But again, I'm not too familiar with this one. Then we have Alexander Volkanovsky as Joe. I wasn't too familiar with Joe either, so seeing how in the photo Joe has hair, but here he's bald, so I don't know how this is gonna work. For you hardcore Street Fighter fans, let me know if this is a great casting. Otherwise, I'm not too familiar with this one, but we'll see how it works out. I'll give the benefit of the doubt for now. Then we have Andrew Schulz as Dan Hibiki. I don't really know Hibiki. I don't even know who this guy is either. And I don't really know much of the character Dan either. So again, some of these characters are a bit far off from my knowledge on Street Fighter, but I do know like the basics of it, but otherwise this should be fine. And other than that, I think even the selection screen, I haven't seen much of Sagat either, so maybe they're gonna save him for later. I'm not sure what the deal with that one is. So other than that, that was the 2026 lineup for the Street Fighter movie coming out in October. Now there are slight leaks and spoilers of what the storyline is for this movie or the little general synopsis, but we will wait in the future to cover all of that. But for now, I think this was a pretty exciting rundown of all the characters. So for all of you that love Street Fighter, let me know in the comments below what you think about this roster, and I'll be sure to cover more Street Fighter movie news as the line goes on, or as we get more stuff to talk about. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. Be sure to give a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episode.